Alright, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I feel like it's been a while since I've actually sat down and video to film. Wow. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing an update on my pan in everything. Essentially, I work on 4 items at one time and the goal is to hit pan in them and then I immediately move on to the next item. I work from oldest to newest. I have a feeling I started this, I want to say at the beginning of the year. I honestly have lost count of how far along I am with this project now, but it's been a while. So we have some updates. We have a really good update actually, and as always with this I also always include like additional pans that I've had over the last quarter. So I think I last updated this I think in June. I'm trying to do this every quarter, so we shall see how it goes. I also feel like I'm a little bit I feel like I'm also a little out of practice with filming. It's been a few weeks, not gonna lie. I pre-recorded a couple of videos for the last couple of weeks as I have been busy and away. Like I went to my brother's wedding, he gave me these earrings. It's been fantastic. It was a great weekend. Now back to normal. I'm just trying to pick up where I left off. I am late filming this. I was meant to film this a couple of weekends ago, but I just ran out of time. So I feel like I'm a little bit delayed, but we move. Let's just go on as if that's not happened. Okay, so the biggest update, of course, in the last quarter is I have hit pan on this bronzer. So I've had this in since the beginning of the project, which actually, I do know when I started this. May 2021 is when I began this challenge, and it's now September 2022, and I have just managed to hit pan on my oldest bronzer in my collection. This took far too long to hit pan on, not gonna lie. I do think it's probably because of the age, but it still smells amazing. It still has the chocolatey smell. It's amazing that it's managed to stay, to be honest. This bronzer is like over half my life old. I've always lived by it, and I'll say it again. I'll keep products unless they don't work, unless they smell funny, unless they give me a reaction. This one is still fine. Like, it still produces good results. So we continue using it. So yeah. Very happy that we have rolled this out. This was rolled out in August actually, so it's been just over a month, or around about a month. Okay, now on to my items that I do have currently in the project. So in February 2022, I decided to roll in this. This is my Fenty Beauty highlighter in the shade Metal Moon, which is looking like this. And I decided, as this was brand new when I rolled it in, like pretty much never used beforehand, that I'm going to just roll it in until I get rid of the logo in the centre, and then I'm going to roll something different in, just because I want to use other highlighters. I know I am more ahead in other highlighters than I am with this one, and there are some other highlighters that I prefer to work on more than this, because I do like this highlighter, but it's still kind of like relatively new in comparison to everything else. So not quite ready to hit pan on this yet, so I'm going to break it up into 2 parts, and I've used it 43 times within this last quarter. I should also mention that bronzer I used 125 times until I hit pan within this project. Obviously it already had like a little bit of a dip when I first rolled it in. Next we have got this. This is my blush I'm working on currently in this project, and I started working on this in March 2022, so this year, and this is what it's looking like right now. This is a Lord & Berry blush in the shade Lotus, and you can see the rings are beginning to appear, so things are happening, we've just not reached there yet. I do think that this would be relatively easy to hit pan on in comparison to usual blushes though, because it is a small pan. I think it'd be quicker to hit pan on than my other blushes. I've used it 47 times within this project. Okay, the eyeshadow I'm working on currently is from this Bourjois little trio I own. Bourjois is not even available to us in the UK anymore. Like, you can't buy Bourjois anymore. That's how old this is. So I'm working on the centre shade. That's not obvious compared to the outer shades. You can see the huge dip. I do reckon that this will happen relatively soon. I'm actually surprised that it's not happened yet. Like, it has to be close. I've used it 20 times. I've had it rolled in since April this year. So, yeah, I think it'll happen. I'm expecting it to happen definitely within this next quarter. Obviously, as I mentioned, I rolled out my Bourjois one as I hit pan on it in August. And so in August, I rolled in my next bronzer, and that is my Hoola Benefit. I've had this again for years. So this is my second oldest blush, obviously, as the Bourjois one was my oldest. And I bought this in 2011. So this is 11 years old now. And the Bourjois one was bought in 2007. So that is like 15 years old now, give or take, around that. So yeah, wild. And obviously, yes, it has been used many times, but honestly, there is a dip in here. It's really hard to like show it. It's really hard for me to like show it on screen, but there is definitely a dip in play here. I don't know how deep it will be, but I have only used this 4 times within this last few weeks, as it is a newly rolled in item, and I'm filming this on the 8th of September. So still relatively new in, as I rolled the Bourjois one out towards the end of August. So there's the update of my current Pan and Everything items that I'm working on. We're still at the very beginning of this project, guys, not gonna lie. We have got plenty of items to roll through for this. A lot. It's gonna take me a while, given that I'm still like on the first 2 or 3 of each. It's gonna be a long time. Alright, so now I thought it'd be fun to mention my additional pans I've reached in the last quarter. Well, I do actually. I was going to say I don't have when I rolled them out. Okay, so firstly in July, I hit pan on this shade up here, which is called Cool Seeing. It is in my MUA Makeup Academy Professional Poptastic eyeshadow palette. And yes, this was part of my pan those eyeshadows. You'll have recognised this as well, as I've just re-rolled this eyeshadow back into that project, funnily enough. A very exciting one, happened in July as well. This is part of my 22 and 2022, and I hit pan on this shade down here. You can tell I'm using it a lot as well. The pan is getting big. This is my Burgundy Nights eyeshadow from my Revolution Ultra Professional eyeshadow in Flawless. Also in July, I hit pan on this. This is my Monster Super Shock Cheek highlighter by Colourpop, and I hit pan on this. It's very difficult to tell, and it's kind of like a really weird pan as well, but it has happened. You can see it there. So yes, that was also in July. This is part of my Project 50 pan. So in that project, I'm trying to finish the items completely. It's going to take me a while, but hitting pan on this to begin with is a good way to go. In my project for Pan eyeshadows, also in August, I hit pan on this. This is my NYX single in the shade Can, and yes, you can see a very obvious and deep pan in this eyeshadow. I'm very happy with this as well, because this is quite a big pan as well. You can see it's not like a usual little small one, so yeah, very pleased with that. And also in August, as part of my Panlines eyeshadows, again, I had Wild Child in as part of that, which is the shade at the top here. And of course, I hit pan on that too. yeah, very happily hit pan on this. I think this was probably the quickest eyeshadow ever that I hit pan on as well. It took me like less than 30 uses, which is wild for me. I was doing like a project offline that I'm not really sharing anywhere, but out of that I ended up hitting pan on my Beauty Bay Sunset Horizons, and I hit pan in Bikini, which is this shade here. Sorry, I haven't got my glasses on, so I can't quite tell if I'm in focus or not, which is really bad. That's it. That is my update. That is my... I feel like it's been a very successful quarter. I feel like I've hit a lot of pans. I've thankfully rolled out one item in my pan in everything. I do think within this next quarter I'll be able to roll out maybe one or two. I definitely think I'll roll out the eyeshadow, and I think I'll roll out the blush potentially within the next quarter. We shall see how it goes. But yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this update, and let's see how it goes for the next quarter, right? I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I shall see you guys next time. Bye guys.